Welcome to the farm.
Welcome to the farm. I'm Justin, and it's been almost a month now since I've been working on this grapple build. Spring's finally hit, and we've been working on animal stuff and farm stuff outside, and I just haven't had time to get in the shop. Today we got a rain day, so we're going to get back on it. In the last video, we finished making the new supports after I warped the other ones severely. So now that we got those done, today we can work on tackling this all together. So let's quit wasting time and get to work. So the first thing I need to do is just make sure I got this centered on the bracket. I just kind of set it down. And I got just under 4.5. And this is just over 4.5. So we got to shift it a little bit. All right, that's pretty good like that. Let's throw a couple more clamps on here. Okay. So the clamps really didn't work out. As soon as I started clamping things, it twisted and moved things, and I couldn't get it to sit quite right. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do it just like this. I got the magnets on, got these pretty straight. I got this pretty centered. So I think we'll just go ahead and make a few tacks around, and hopefully that'll hold it in place enough, and we won't get too much warpage. Okay, so I got the supports welded to the angle now, or tacked I should say. I think while I let this cool, we'll head over to the bucket. We'll get the arms in the position I want them in when the cylinder's completely compressed. And then we can figure out where to mount this on the arms to fit the cylinder. So the goal is to have each of these arms running at the same plane as this angle of the bucket. So that way I can get in as close as I can to things without the arm being like this and in the way. Hopefully it'll work out where the stroke I have, the 6-inch stroke, will be enough to get this down at least parallel to the ground, if not a little bit more. I don't know if it's going to be long enough or not. We'll see. We may have to adjust and have this sticking out a little bit. But for now, I want to try to get this parallel. So what I think I'm going to do is just take a piece of plate steel, clamp it to the bucket to hold that arm in place. Next thing we can do is put our cylinder on this side. Get my spacer back in there. Okay, and now we can go ahead and mount our arm support side. And there we go. All right, so now we'll just get a couple clamps on here. Kind of hold that up a little bit. Well, we got quite the contraption here. I'm just gonna grab a tape measure and measure down from the bucket up to each one of these points and just make sure we're kind of straight. And I think we're gonna try tacking some of this in and see how the geometry works out. Okay, so that's 16 7/8 on that side. And we're 16 7/8 on that side. That's really good for just eyeballing. Let's do some tacking. All right, let's get all these clamps removed off of here and see what this looks like. I'm hoping, since I still have all the caps in the cylinder, that the cylinder is going to hold the arms up, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. This is so super cool and exciting. I've been working on this a long time already, and finally the arm is holding itself up with the cylinder. So I think what we're going to do next is remove the two plugs on the back of the cylinder here and see if we can run this through the stroke and see how the arm behaves. Oh, those things are kind of in there. I was going to put some oil in these things, but it looks like there's already oil on it, so I think we can just run it and cycle it. See if this will work. Oh man, is that super cool. It's coming out pretty parallel to the ground too, so I'm pretty excited about that. I think looking at it, it would have been nicer if I could have had a little bit longer of a stroke to get it to come down a little bit more. The issue with that then is that would have made the arm come out further, or I would have had to make this bracket come back further. As it is right now, the front of the bucket's about right here, or maybe even a little further back. So I'm not sure how I'm going to make my down part of my arms yet, because if I come straight down, I'm going to be outside of the bucket, and I'd really like to be flush with the bucket. So I might make those come back a little bit. I'm not 100% sure yet. But this is pretty exciting and pretty awesome, and a huge step in the right direction. We got an arm on the grapple here. Cylinder worked good, doesn't look like it's binding at all. So I'm really happy about that. So that's probably going to be it for this one. I got to do some thinking about how I want to make my arms come down, and that'll probably be in the next video on this rock bucket. We'll start figuring out the rest of the geometry, and then I think we can start welding everything together and making the other side, which is really awesome. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.